Hello there, my lovely jewelry makers. I'm Christina at CSLdesigns, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing some cabochons that were kindly sent to me by a company that asked if I wanted to try some out. And this company is on Instagram and I followed them. I followed them for a while and they basically have a lot of beautiful stuff, so of course I said yes, because why not give it a try. And then I thought I would unbox it with you so we could have a look at it together. So of course what I'm going to do is put the information for that Instagram account down in the description box below so you can go directly there, make sure it's the right one, because they definitely do have a lot of beautiful cabochons. Basically on my feed whenever it comes up I'm just heart, 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 love, love, love. There's definitely a lot of beautiful things that I would basically go bankrupt if I were to buy everything that I liked. So the account is called Cabochons4sale, and also when I've seen things on their feed, I've seen things that I've actually never seen anywhere else before. So let's just say I'm definitely interested in purchasing things from them myself in the future. It's just a matter of choosing which ones, because there's a lot that I could buy, so believe me, they have some very beautiful stuff. But anyway, let's just get into unboxing them and having a look at these in real life for the first time. Now first of all, I will say it did come pretty nicely packaged, came in a pretty sturdy envelope, and then this was actually also wrapped in the tape that you can kind of see in there. But then this little box as well, which is first of all always handy, so you have extra storage once you've emptied it. Can never go wrong with that. But obviously for the safety of the cabochons, just to make sure nothing breaks in the shipping. So first of all, that's a big plus. You always want obviously the shipping, the packaging to be quite nice and safe, especially when it's things like this, so it doesn't break in the shipping. But let's get into this. I think we need a scissor for this. We've got some lovely tape. Just need to cut straight through. You can see there's like foamy thing there as well, which is extra protection. So far packaging is pretty promising, safety wise anyway. We're hoping that nothing's broken. Be very surprised if it had. This is definitely good packaging for shipping things like this. Right, so we're kind of getting into it. Right, that's the tape gone. Then we have that foamy thing, which I might just pass to my little baby cat. He seems to be interested. What's that for, eh? Right, let's have a look here. So, looks to be quite a bit in some. We have one bag, and then basically looks like each of the cabochons are in their own individual bags. So, let's have a little look here. I think we need to basically just do one at a time. So what I think I'm going to do is actually put these to the side and then grab them randomly. And basically not look at them too much prior. So I'll just grab this one first of all. Like I said, they did kind of send me a picture of what they were going to send me, but I don't really know. I didn't really look closely because I kind of wanted to be surprised and look at it same along with you basically. So it looks to be mainly overall oval ones, as just a brief overlook. So here we have, obviously I don't 100% know what all of it is. There doesn't seem to be any information with this. Obviously you would know if you were to buy anything, you would know what you're buying, because they do state that on the feed, just so you're aware. So we have, it looks like kind of a black base colour and then green marbling almost. That's quite unusual. Very interesting. Nice size. Not too big and not too small. For some it would even work as a ring. Personally it's a bit big, but I know some would like that. So that's the first one. Grabbing the next one. Actually that's not oval, is it? That's more of a teardrop shape. Right. And this looks to be, I'm not entirely sure what this stone is either. Usually I'm quite good at identifying stones, but so far I'm not really sure. But definitely still very natural looking. And those different colourings, interesting. And again, nice size and shape. Personally, I like experiment with different shapes, but ovals and teardrops are definitely, can kind of say the favourites, the most stable ones, basic ones. Oh, we have a round one here as well. Round ones are good as well, because they're just, you can really do anything with them. That one's quite nice. It's quite delicate and elegant. For some reason it's kind of saying aventurine to me, but I don't know if that's correct. But that's definitely nice. That's a bit thicker than the other ones. I would see that. That could probably go with both copper and silver wire, I would say. I think that either would be nice. Right, next one. Another teardrop, but like a long one. That's a bit thinner. That's also something I think I noticed. They do quite a variety in thicknesses of cabochons, which I think is nice, because sometimes you have something in mind where you want quite a thin cabochon. So this one, for instance, and they do, I've noticed as well, state that as well if it's something that's thinner than usual or if it's a bit thicker. Whereas this, you can see, is quite thick compared, because they would kind of go well with different kinds of designs. So that's quite nice as well. A nice size for a delicate little pendant, size wise. Get that back in. Next we have, I think I'll grab this one. That's a bit of, kind of like a teardrop, but not really. Almost a bit triangle, but like a soft triangle shape. Or just a teardrop that's a bit more, not angled, because obviously it's not directly corners, but it kind of makes me think of mookaite, but I'm not sure if that's what it actually is. Again, a bit of a medium thickness, that. A nice size. These are kind of, they're not small cabochons, them ones, but they're not large either, so they're kind of, I would say, in between. Right, what do we have next? Another oval one. Now this one, I actually know what this is. Right now, I forgot the name. I know when I hear it, but I do actually know what this gemstone is. Always quite a nice one. Very unique. Always an individual pattern on whatever it is you get. So nice size as well. Again, that's a bit thicker in it. Then we have, I think there was another couple of smaller ones. Ooh, I think that one's caught my eye. It's another one on a bit smaller side. Now they do also do loads of things like labradorite, which this is. I know for certain this is labradorite. It's definitely, wow, that's beautiful. Labradorite is, I guess you could say, a favourite. I don't think anyone doesn't like labradorite, because it's just special, isn't it? There's nothing quite like it. That is really beautiful. And they do have a lot of labradorite, I've noticed, on their feed, and whatever I see is really good quality stuff, basically. But yeah, that is really beautiful. Move it around certain lights. That is just basically this shiller all over. Blue and silverish, not like bright dark blue. Got a silver tone to it. That is very beautiful. That's nice. And again, that's a bit on the thicker side. So yeah, in general, they seem to have very lovely labradorite. It appears like that from the feed as well. So this is a bit larger. Also labradorite. You kind of can't help but notice that. Wow. It's basically shiller all over. The labradorite I've had previously has only been where it's kind of shiller in parts of it, but not all over. So this basically, when you're moving it around, this got shimmer all over it. So this is more of the green yellowy labradorite, whereas the other one was more the blue silvery. And this one is thinner as well, but slightly larger, and obviously a different shape, but you can see the labradorite is really nice, that's for sure. That is very nice. Right, next we have what we're going to do. This one. Ooh, interesting. What do we have? This way, I think. That is basically clear, and then with parts kind of marble colouring in it. Again, very natural, like gemstones are. Quite thin, so that would be great for certain things because of that. Whereas thicker cabochons would be better for other things because they're thicker. That's very beautiful. It's very, you can see if you're looking at certain angles, the colorings go right through. You can almost sit and look at different parts and kind of just get mesmerized by it. That's one of my things with gemstones, and especially with cabochons, because obviously that's usually a larger surface area. I can sometimes kind of just get lost in looking at them. So that was that one. Next we have, let's take what we're going to take, this one. Now let's get larger ones. Again, this is oval, quite thick, but not that thick because it's obviously larger. It's just thick compared to some of the thin ones. Again, this says mookaite to me. Might be wrong, but that's what it's making me think. So quite a substantial one. Nice with that kind of reddish, dark brown feature on there. That's what I always love as well with cabochons, when it's got very natural markings and unique markings. I can sometimes get lost and just sit and look at them and imagine different things. Sometimes I see trees or a forest or oceans and things like that. Then we have, again larger, another teardrop one. It's a little bit different, whereas the bottom part of the teardrop is a bit kind of wider. So it's a bit pushed almost. And I just noticed on the camera when you do a certain angle, it almost looks like mountain there. And then a starry sky. Just bright stars shining. That's what that makes me think of, actually. Speaking of seeing things in stones. Nice size there as well. Now we've got just a couple left. This one looks interesting. Again, a teardrop. That's nice colouring. Quite delicate. A bit grey lavenderish. This one I'm not sure what stone this is. I always love the feel as well when polished cabochons. They feel so nice. That is nice. Lovely colourings. Almost imagine that that's kind of, could be a sandy beach with some rocks, or just kind of the side of a mountain. A stony sandy mountain or something. And the final one. Get that out. This is an oval one. A longer one, kind of elongated one. Beautiful markings as well. That's kind of darker lavenderish. Light burgundy-ish, I would say. And that's the thing as well with something like this. Obviously, the natural way to face something when you're making something with it is this way, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes this is something I want to get better at myself, kind of think outside the box and maybe turn it the other way, because I usually always default to this way and make some kind of pendant with it. But really, why not go this way and make a lovely pendant or something in that direction? It's definitely something I kind of want to get a little bit better at, instead of always defaulting to the typical. So that's the last one. That's really beautiful as well. Lovely colours together. So they are some really nice cabochons. Obviously they're all beautiful, but I have to just go back to the two labradorite cabochons. They are definitely stunning. And I love how just you move it and it's just different angles and you see different colours and different shimmer and lights. Actually, what's the back like? Yeah, beautiful as well. So it'd be perfect for making something where the back is, if it's a pendant and it flips around, so maybe something open, if you can just capture around the sides so you can see the back as well, so you don't cover that up too much. I try and do that whenever possible, obviously if it fits the design, but that is really lovely. They are definitely beautiful. But yeah, like I said, everything I've seen on their feed anyway has always looked really nice quality, so I'm definitely up for, in the future, I'm probably going to be getting some things from there. Especially, like I said, there's things that I've never really seen anywhere else, so that very much intrigues me. So I thought I would just share this with you. Get these all back in the bags. Now it's just a matter of playing around with these a bit, which I can't wait for, because it's been a little while, I think, since I've actually done anything with cabochons. I don't really remember last time. So it's definitely much needed. I've been getting the urge to do it again. So perfect time. So now it's just a matter of playing around with them a little bit and see what I can come up with. I have some ideas of some new cabochon designs that I've had in my head for a while, so I'm hoping maybe I can kind of play around with that a little bit and see if things will work out, obviously. So yeah, those are all the cabochons that they sent to me. So definitely thank you so much to them, because first of all, this is quite a lot of cabochons, but also a beautiful selection, especially those labradorite ones. So I do definitely recommend checking them out if you have a chance and if you want to. Obviously, if you're into cabochons, like I said, the information will be in the description box below to get you directly there to the correct account. But yeah, I basically can't wait to start playing. So a bit of time has passed now. I ended up using some of the cabochons and I just wanted to show you them. So first of all, because I've been on a bit of wire crochet spree recently, since I kind of started doing it, this was the very first one that I did. I wanted to try and capture one of the cabochons with pure wire crochet. So I used the round cabochon and they ended up looking like this. You can see it's open both on the back and the front, but then it's captured all the way around completely with the wire crochet. And I also made the bail there from wire crochet, and I then added some Swarovski bicones just for a little bit extra embellishment, and I quite like how it turned out. I kind of just wanted to see if I could do it, and I'm pretty happy with the result, and obviously that I succeeded. So yeah, that's the very first one, and I thought with this stone that the copper wire went best with that colour. Silver would have also worked, because to be honest, silver works with everything, but I just kind of wanted to use the copper. So that was the very first one that I did. The next stone that I used was one of the larger ones, and this is a teardrop shape. So I really like this one. This really kind of jumped out at me. Just the whole patterning on the stone and the colours, just really beautiful. So what I ended up doing was, first of all, I started out making a kumihimo braid. So I already have this technique in my book, so my wire kumihimo book, where you capture a cabochon using just wire kumihimo. So that's what's captured all the way around, and the back looks like that. So nice and secure. But then what I thought I would do, in my book I only kind of have it captured with the braid, and I thought I would just kind of try and do something a little bit different. So I ended up also adding some embellishment on the bottom there. So I added in more embellishment just with the wire, but also just a couple more gemstone beads that I kind of thought went nicely with the stone. And again, I'm pretty happy with how it ended up. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, because like I said, I've only done it with the braid before, and obviously this is quite organic, which isn't what comes mostly natural to me, but I wanted to give it a try and I'm pretty pleased with it. So that's the other cabochon that I ended up using and making. So I ended up a wire crochet one and a wire kumihimo one basically. I'm pretty happy with both of them. So this was my unboxing of these lovely gemstone cabochons that were kindly sent to me by Cabochons4sale on Instagram, like I mentioned. Also in this nice little box that I will definitely be using after. I'm putting these cabochons that I haven't used just yet in my stash. So I definitely will be using them, and this little box will come in very handy as well. You never know. But yeah, I really do recommend checking them out if you like cabochons, or even if you're not that familiar with cabochons. Everything I've seen, obviously these are really nice, but everything I've seen on Instagram as well prior to this, I really do think they have some very lovely stones, and I'm definitely going to be looking at it and getting some myself as well in the future, because let's just say I could have already pretty much bought myself paw. And like I mentioned, I'm going to make sure to leave a link in the description box down below directly to them, so you can make sure you go to the correct one. And I just want to thank them so much for sending me these cabochons here. I very much appreciate it. I love working with cabochons. It's one of my favourite things to do, regardless what medium. And also thank you so much to you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to check them out, obviously, if you're into cabochons or if you're new to it. They're really worth it. So thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.